My name is Janet Johnson Schliff, and I've survived a massive brain tumor that went undiagnosed for about 20 years, and I'm dealing with my brain injury every day. And I've written a book about it all to help other people with brain injury called Whatever Happened to My White Picket Fence, my brain injury from my massive brain tumor. And I was a special education teacher for 25 years, and I found out that I taught for 20 years of that 25 years without knowing with a brain tumor. And it wreaked havoc at the end of my career, but the first part was okay. But I had a rough last couple of years of teaching special ed, my favorite thing to do. I grew up in the Rhinebeck-Red Hook area in New York, and I live now in Lake Katrine, New York, and I had to retire early in my late 40s in the year 2007 because of the brain tumor, and retiring that day was the saddest day of my life. For too many years I had mysophobia, which is a big long term for fear of germs, and it was medicine that I was on for that. That's what the doctors were blaming all my headaches on, the medicine. And it was the opposite. It was basically the brain tumor that nobody knew about was causing the fear of germs. After so many headaches, I couldn't take it anymore, and I begged for an MRI, and I got it. And when the doctor came in with the results, she had tears in her eyes, and she said, "Janet, we have very bad news for you. You have a massive brain tumor, and you have to get operated on at NYU." And I was silent, which is unlike me. And finally she said, "Say something." And I said, "Well, I'm going to McDonald's and I'm having a Big Mac and French fries, because if I'm going out, it ain't going to be on a fat girl salad." So a few days later, I was on a Metro North train to New York City from Poughkeepsie and had the operation, and it was removed. It was the size of an orange, and I was out of the hospital a couple days later. So after the tumor was taken out, I was like high on life. I was so excited that I survived, that the mysophobia, fear of germs, was over, and things were going well for almost a year. And then in the spring of 2010, I began to unravel. I was very angry at the doctors. I was angry at everything. I couldn't be a teacher anymore. It's the thing I loved to do. It's what I did best. And I ended up joining support groups to help me. And when I was on my way down to the Poughkeepsie support group for brain injury, I was crying over something that I had overheard said about me and my brain injury. I was very hurt. And when I walked into the meeting crying, the facilitator asked me what I was crying about this time. And I said, I should write a book about all the crap that's gone on in my life since this undiagnosed tumor, because it did damage to my temporal and frontal lobes. And I look normal and I talk fast, but there's a lot going on underneath the surface that you don't know, because brain injury can be an invisible disability for many of us. And I said, I'm in the perfect place to write a book because I know so much about this. And she said, well, actually, I know an editor and he would love to work with you about writing the book. And that's how this process got started. So my book got published in January of 2018, and so far I've done a book signing in Rhinebeck, and it was great. It went very well. I talked a long time, but they didn't interrupt me because the audience was glued, they said. And I have several other book signings coming up at other bookstores, some chains, some local bookstores, libraries, and more plans on the way. I'm going to be on the radio. I'm in the Times Herald Record. And it's all good because I need to get the word out for other people that have brain injury that are among us, and learn how to treat everybody better. It's the bottom line for this book, is treat people with disabilities better. And I don't just mean the people in wheelchairs, of course I mean that, but I also mean the people that have mental illness, the people that have disabilities that are not so obvious. We all have to figure out a way to treat people better. Our society is hurting, and we need that done. And I pray that my book is able to do that for people. This is my dog, Happy, who's my emotional support dog, and she's more thrilled with the cameraman than she is. There she is. She's my emotional support dog. She goes everywhere with me. She's having a real thrill of it right now. When I'm crying in church, she jumps up on the church chair with me. She's very sensitive. She's taking such good care of me. Come here, come here, come here. Come on, they want to see what you are. She's on the back of the book, if that helps. Come on, come up. There she is. There's my girl. There's my girl. She'd be happier if I was telling her it was lunchtime right now. So, if you'd like copies of the book, they're available online at Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, Outskirts Press. Oblong Books in Rhinebeck has them, and I'm sure other places, because I've heard that people are buying them. And I'm speaking at places that they're going to be sold at. But that's it for now, and I hope you get something from this, and I hope we all get along better. Thank you.